Good morning. Good Monday morning. Man, I'm fired up this morning. I've got a inspirational message for you. And the reason I say inspiration, powerful message this morning, because it's got to deal with more than just you and me. A lot of the things I talk about on here on a weekly basis are just about me and whoever I'm talking to on here. But this one this morning is much bigger. It was inspired by my pastor's message yesterday. He was talking about the values that our country was founded on, and they're all godly values. And a lot of people don't want to accept that. They don't want to acknowledge that. But I mean, pull a dollar bill out of your pocket, and it says, "In God we trust." Almost everybody in America has a dollar bill or some form of money in their pocket, and it says, "In God we trust." It's hard to deny that. It's hard to say it's never been there. It wasn't, our country wasn't founded on it. So what I've seen in our country now is, since that is a fact that's really hard to get away from, now people want to paint our country as, oh, it's always been bad. It's never been good. And that's just the craziest, it should be the craziest thought ever, because we live in the most blessed country. When I say America is better than any country in the world, I'm basing that on the fact that we have more rights, more freedom, more privileges. Get this: an illegal immigrant that comes into this country has more rights and privileges than they would in any other country in the world. But yet we'll be told that, America's a bad place. I seen this weekend where they're trying to redefine who Superman was. Part of his statement was, he is the American way. And they're saying, no, we can't go with that. America's a bad place. We can't go with. No. Superman is a great ambassador for America. There has been many people who have done superhero type things throughout our history, because that's the image we have portrayed from the beginning. The people that started this country knew there was a better way. That's what they're trying to say Superman was. It's kind of ironic right now. They're trying to say that's what Superman's new motto should be: a better way. No, it started that way at the very beginning. The people, and this comes down a lot of times to just common sense. And to me, I know the world's based on godly principles. Our country is. But it comes down to a simple thing. Even if you're not a faith-based person, it comes down to a simple concept: right and wrong. And we live in a world today where the people who want to change our country, who want to take it in a bad direction, I really don't. I think they have lost sense of what is right and what is wrong. They would literally, here's how ridiculous it is. It's like somebody convincing you, going, and here's me, I don't have a problem with a difference in opinion, but you can tell right from wrong, and history a lot of times gives us a good benchmark to know what that is. But if I was to come up to you today, and my interest was just in, I just want to prove to you that the wrong is right and right is wrong. Well, I'm going to sell you something today. How about driving on the wrong side of the road? What if I tried to convince you that was really the right thing to do? I know everybody drives on this side of the road, but you should really drive. How much sense does that make? I can tell you how it's going to end. Bad for you and probably somebody else. But yet we're living in a world where people want to do that. And back to like the Superman stuff. Look at people like Dr. Martin Luther King and what he did. That's a Superman type feat. And guess what? It's based on godly values. His faith is what pushed him to do that, to do something better for our country. And our country has those moments littered throughout it. Are we a perfect country? Absolutely not. all of us, like I said on Friday with the John Gruden thing, fight this dark side of life. We all do that, and we all have this, this battle we got to win between good and evil, right and wrong. And right now, there's a good portion of the population that are buying into right is wrong. All right, yeah, that's crazy. But the wrong is right. So it's just something I wanted to share with you guys this morning. And I know, you may not be comfortable sharing these messages with anybody else, but if you're going to share one, today's probably the day to share it, because we got to get back to common sense. We got to get back to not buying into stuff. And trust me, I'm guilty of it as anybody. A lot of times if things don't directly affect me, then I kind of overlook it. And I think a lot of us has been that way. And what's happened is we've allowed ourselves and people around us to have to buy into stuff that's not right. So, and I'm not telling you got to go out and be mean to people and hate on people for having the wrong perspective, because you got to understand people are getting hit with this crap every day from multiple sources of people trying to push this stuff that doesn't make sense. And here's my best way to attack it from a coaching standpoint. My opinion, the best way to coach someone is to coach them in a way that they come up with the same idea you come up with without you having to tell them this is the way to do it. Because if you can do that, they'll take ownership in that idea. If you can say things that trigger them to come up with the same idea, then they come up with the idea that you need them to come up with, it's crazy how much a little bit of ownership in an idea plays a factor in the whole game. So, and I think the easy way to do this, because it's not hard to figure out what's right or wrong. It's not hard to figure out if you drive down the wrong side of the road, it's going to end very badly. Well, we're suffering the consequences of some people driving down the wrong side of the road in our country right now. So I think the best way to encourage people is, if they come up with an idea, that's not right, it's just blatantly obvious, go, okay, ask them questions. How has that played out in our history? How has that worked before? If somebody sold you this idea that you've now bought into, how's it going to play out? How's it going to unfold? How's it unfolded in history? History tells us a lot. People are now trying to sell that socialism would be a good idea. How's it worked in other countries? Has it succeeded one time yet? That answer is no. So I hope you guys have a good Monday, trying to get the week started off good, trying to get some thoughts going and challenge you to think a little bit, and not only think about yourself, but think about the people around you, man. We impact the people around us every day. And trust me, if we're not impacting the people around us, there's other people that have a not so good agenda that are trying to impact people. So I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you in the morning.